Okay, so we are kicking off this what's for dinner with some cranberry jalapeno dip. So I'm just starting out by putting some cranberries in my food processor. I bought this at Walmart specifically for this recipe, and I didn't realize it was so small. So I did have to do this in a few batches, but I will leave the actual recipe link down below for you. It's fairly easy. I did end up taking this to one of our Thanksgiving get-togethers, and it was a huge hit. Everyone loved it. I really liked it as well. It's not too spicy. You just have to make sure that you get all the seeds and the membranes out of the jalapenos, but it has a really fresh taste and it pairs really well with like buttery crackers. We used Ritz crackers. So basically you'll just pulse your cranberries. You'll add, I did 3/4 cup of sugar because I didn't want it to be too sweet. And then you'll just mix that together. It calls for a little bit of lemon juice, some green onions, and cilantro. I left the cilantro out because we are not big fans of that. I feel like either you love cilantro or you hate it, and we do not like it, so I left that out. And it actually wants you to leave this in the fridge overnight to let all the juices kind of develop, but I did not have time to do that. So I just let it sit for as long as I could before I put it on top of the cream cheese, but after a little bit, it developed even more juices, but it didn't really take away from the dish. It was just very, not really watery, but soupy, and I don't know. It kind of made like a sugary glaze type of thing, but it was really good, and I think it paired really well with the cream cheese. So anyway, you just make your salsa and then you put some whipped cream cheese on the bottom of the dish, which you'll see me do, and you just let it kind of sit and marinate for a little bit. But I do recommend this recipe. I saw it first on the Wad's channel, and it's one of her absolute favorites, and I always trust her recommendations, so I thought I would try it. But yeah, like I said, I'll leave the actual recipe link down below for you if you want to try it. I also wanted to say, I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. We definitely did. We spent a lot of time with family, and of course, everyone was all over the new baby, so it was fun. We did end up coming home with colds, so all of us have been sick for the last couple of days, but we are on the mend, and everyone is starting to get better. But yeah, I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. Tonight for dinner we are having what I am trademarking trash can chili. So basically this meal stemmed from a bag of corn chips that I had in my pantry that I needed to get used up, and my first thought was chili or Frito pies. So I have a pound of ground beef here. I'm just browning that with some of my onions and peppers that I had prepped in my freezer, and I just threw a little bit of garlic in. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my chili seasoning mix. This is just a great value. I feel like it's just as good as all the other stuff, and it's cheap enough, so I'm just gonna toss that in. And we're basically just letting this cook through. While the ground beef is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my actual chili. So I've got this can of mixed chili beans here. I think I saw this on Mandy in the Making, maybe, I don't know. But I figured it was easier than buying 3 cans of chili, and because I'm just making a smaller batch, I thought this would be easier. So I'm gonna throw that in. Also a can of tomato sauce right in. And then I have some of this salsa here. I'm gonna put just a little bit of water in it. I was going to get Rotel, but then I remembered that I had salsa that I probably need to get used up. It's been in my fridge for a while, so I'm just throwing a little bit of water in it. I'm gonna mix it and throw it in as well. There's not that much in here, so I figure that could be like our tomato component. So then I'm just gonna stir this together. I'm gonna add just a little bit of brown sugar to balance out that acidity. Not very much at all, it doesn't take very much. And then I'll stir that. For some added smokiness, I'm gonna add in this diced ham. I've heard people put like smoked sausage in their chili, and I was like, ooh, I have some ham, so maybe I can try that. So throwing that in, my chili meat is done, so I'm gonna throw that in with all the juices. There's not that much grease in here, so I'm not gonna drain it. Most of what you're seeing is water because I add water to my hamburger meat to make it easier to mince. My husband's gonna love this because it has a ton of meat. And it looks fairly colorful, so that looks good. And then I'm just gonna give it just a quick taste for salt and sugar, and then we'll just let it simmer all day. Oh yeah, that's like perfect. So good. Okay, I'm gonna pop a lid on it. We'll cook it on low all day until it's time to eat. So next we are going to make some sour cream chicken enchiladas. So I wanted to make some rice to go along with it. This is just the Old El Paso Mexican cheesy rice, and I have to say it is really, really good. I don't remember if we've tried it before, but this time I do remember liking it. And it was super easy to put together. So I'm just putting that together according to the package directions. And I do that before because it does have to cook for like 25 minutes. And then over here to the side, I'm getting started on my white sauce. So I just have a little bit of butter in the bottom of the pan. So I do have a recipe that I reference, but here lately I've really been not really following recipes. So I'll leave the recipe that I, use for inspiration down below, but I kind of modified it a little bit and it worked just fine. I don't know why, but I'm really not a fan of using roux. I just feel like the flour taste, just no matter how long I cook it, I can always just taste the flour. So I don't like using roux. But anyway, so a lot of my bases are like half and half or heavy cream. So I know that it's probably like not the best for you, but anyway, I just feel like it's easier. Earlier in the day, I cooked some chicken in the crock pot. I feel like that's the easiest way if you have some time to cook chicken, just do it in your crock pot. I did watch a channel. I don't remember what her channel is called, but she used the air fryer to cook her chicken for a soup one time, and she said it was really, really good and juicy. So I don't know. I might have to try that. But anyway, so my sauce is butter, half and half, some green chilies, and sour cream. And then I'm just adding some onion powder and garlic powder, some paprika, and some cumin just to give it a little bit of flavor. I also added some taco cheese to this. It didn't really give it that much flavor, so I added some chicken bouillon like off camera, and it really elevated this dish. So I don't know, you just kind of have to taste your foods as you go and add what you think. And the more that you get experience with cooking, the easier this is for you. And then just, getting familiar with your family's tastes and needs and stuff. But I'm just adding some sour cream to this, and then we will start assembling our enchiladas. I am just adding chicken and then some cheese and a little bit of the sauce into the filling, and then I'm just wrapping up my tortillas, putting the sauce on top, and I bake this in the oven for about 20-25 minutes at 375, just basically until it gets heated through again and the tortillas get a little crusty on the outsides. You'll see here in just a second, but like I said, I believe this actual recipe linked down below for you. So I am in the middle of planning all of my December videos, and December is like my favorite month to plan videos because I get to bake and cook a ton, and then I get to show you what I got my family for Christmas. So just stay tuned for December because it's going to be a big month. I really kind of wanted to do Vlogmas, but I really don't think I'm going to be able to this year because I am a working mom and I just don't have time to do that, especially this year when I have a brand new baby. It's just not going to happen this year, but I hope next year I might be able to do that. But yeah, just stay tuned for my December videos because I'm planning on doing what I got my family for Christmas as well as my kids. In that video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. And I will answer those for you in that video. I'll probably do a community post as well closer to time. But yeah, if you have any questions for me, let me know. And I'm also going to be doing a Christmas baking video with all new desserts that I've never tried before, so I'm super excited about that, as well as some appetizers. I'm going to be planning my son's birthday party. We're going to be doing a Fortnite themed birthday party, so we'll be planning that as well. So yeah, a big month in December, so just stay tuned for all those videos. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for this week's What's for Dinner. Sorry, it was a little bit shorter, but that's just kind of how the week went. Hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.